Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here and welcome to today's video on the channel. And in today's video, I have the best level 160 death builds for y'all. I know you guys have been waiting for this one for some time now, and I do apologize for that. It's a lot of farming to get the pixels on all 7 characters. Alrighty, so first things first, the stats. Now, you get about 10.3k HP, which is really good. 172 damage, which again is really solid. 64 universal resist with 76 to storm and life. I do not have my best pins right now. I'd recommend pinning to balance and life, or double pinning to balance. You can pretty much handle a storm pretty easy on a death, and life's ward to death, so if you pin back it'll help you in that matchup, and balance between the 3 is probably your toughest matchup. So I'd highly recommend either double balance pinning or doing a life or balance pin. 24 accuracy, so we have perfect accuracy on shadow hits and regular spells. 470 crit, which is a bit low, but it doesn't really matter, right? If you crit and you get that extra 10%, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. 600 block, which is really high. 49 pierce, almost at 50. You can get 50 if you switch out one piece, which I'll show a bit later. Really good conserve, 79%, max shad rating, and maximum pips. So what we are running to get this right now is the Aeon hat. As you can see here, I have a storm pin because I do not have my balance pin just yet. But throw on a storm, or sorry, a life or balance pin on your hat there. I have the Aeon cape with the deadly void boots. You're going to want the void boots and the Aeon hat because of the shield pins. They give you that extra resist. They help you in those counter matchups. Like, you know, balance, for example. Balance can gas death pretty easily, and life wards to death. So you can fight back with these pins, which is pretty cool in my opinion. You could run Aeon boots, which is kind of like the old full merciless template. It's not bad at all. As you can see here, my stats are really good with it as well, but I've had more success with the void boots personally on my death wizard, so I'd highly recommend this. I'm running the Nullity Deadly Blade for level 160. Again, you get this from the raid, and then you have to upgrade it at the raid crafter. I've had some people ask me where that is in the guild, so I will show you guys off real quick here. I showed it off in the first video I made, I believe, but I guess, I mean, obviously not everybody watches every video, so I have to keep doing it in the videos, but it's on the battle island here, this orange one called Raiden. You'll just pull up, and you'll see the raid gear for level 160 right here. It is the exact same stuff you need from farming novice, so you gotta get them pixels and those polygons up, and obviously get the raid piece from the raid gate itself. But yeah, I suggest this over the Aeon wand personally, because I think as like a ground rule, I think every school should get as close to 50 pierce as they can, because right now pierce is a very important stat, and considering how high your damage already is, I don't think it's that big of a deal in my opinion. I'd rather take the extra shad rating and the extra pierce stat, damage stat, and just, you know, take off with the match that way. That being said though, if you do have the Aeon wand, I do not have it on my death right now, and the Aeon wand is a very viable replacement. Next up, I have the Aeon Athame. Now, I'm actually not gonna recommend this one, believe it or not. It is really good if you have it. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll do just fine. You could do great on a death, but I actually think the Era one is a bit better. And now the reason I say that is your damage is so high to begin with, and your pierce on a death, right? You don't get perfect pips, right? If I don't have D-Lance on my pet here, I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but if I take this D-Lance off my pet, I have 99 pips, okay? If I run Era Athame right here, I get 2 or 3 extra pips. So I will no longer pip fail. I'll get 100 more health, more block, right? And obviously, like, you know, not pip fail, so it's gas. So what that allows us to do is actually get a free socket here, and then you could throw on Mighty on your pet. I have not made that pet yet. I'm gonna probably make the Mighty pet on a Scratchy Philosopher. So technically your stats would look like 66 resist, and you would have 178 damage with this build actually with perfect pips, so it's really good. So yeah, I would highly suggest the Era theme here, but if you don't have it, running Aeon is absolutely fine and acceptable. No problems with that. You're going to want the Myth Mastery. This has been a staple since the start of 5th Age for all Death Wizards. It's really good, obviously, because the shield synergy you have as a Death. And not to mention right now, Delusion and Betrayal is chronomatic, which means you can convert weaknesses and shields into your own school buffs. Next up, we have the Ring as well. This ring is just really good. I would not recommend switching this one for an Era piece because you give up too much. It's just really good stats, a lot of stats loaded onto the ring, which is pretty freaking nice. Then obviously you guys saw the pet here. I do have D-Lance on my pet right now to make up for the pip fail. And obviously D-Lance is pretty broken, so why would I not use it? But again, if you do have the Era theme, I would highly suggest getting that and then just throwing a Mighty onto your pet to beef up your stats a bit, to win those trades a bit easier if you can. And then I have a Death Culture on as well with the Void deck. Now, a replacement for the deck would be the Supreme Founder deck. If you have that one, I would highly recommend getting it, or upgrading your Void Deadly cards to level 160 to get that Arch Mastery talent with the Triangle Socket is also really good. I've just been using this one with the Death Fuel and just, you know, doing racks on my death. It's been a lot of fun, honestly. But, yeah, that's really all I got for the PvP build, guys. Again, I'll reiterate real quick here. If I could swap out this for the Era, get this on a Frillasaur with Mighty, and then obviously put on the Bronto, your stats would be absolutely even more insane. More resist, right? Literally the same damage, and then you won't pip fail, and it's just really cracked with more health and block. So yeah, that is the PvP section. Let's get onto the PvE section. Alright, so now this section is going to be a bit tricky for a couple of reasons, actually. You'll see, but yeah, we got about 10.4k health, 197 damage. I will want to point out I am missing Mighty on my pet at the moment, so I'll get an extra 5 damage here from that. So about 202. I'm also missing the Aeon Wand, which gives 6 more damage. So 202 plus 6 will be 208 damage on a death, which is pretty freaking solid. 33 resist, which is not bad at all. 16 accuracy, so you power all your normal spells except for Shads. Really good Pierce, really good crit, really good block, perfect pips, really good Shads, and Pip Conserve is kinda mid, but it doesn't really matter in PvE. So what I am running for this build is actually a level 150 piece, and this is because the Mass Feint item card is really good. Even if you're a death that likes to hit and stuff like that, Mass Feint can help you out a lot with questing and supporting your team. So, for example, in my deck, I like to pack, you know, Blades, Deer Knight, Feint, Enchants, and even then, I can just have a Mass Feint in and let others hit, or Mass Feint for myself. So I actually really like this hat, but if you don't have it, that's absolutely okay. You can just run the Aeon Helm, which is the exact same gear template. It's literally just better stats than what we had a second ago, like objectively speaking. Or you could run something like the Dragoon Hat as well to get that item card if you are a big fan of that. If you are running Dragoon though, your stats will go down quite a bit, so do keep that in mind. A really good replacement I would say is the Ubra Hat from Caramel. It's kind of like Dragoon, but you just get more damage, which kind of helps you even that gap. Same with the Mavlent Hat from Lemuria. Those are all pretty good, so I'd recommend either Dragoon Hat, Dorgrin, Aeon, Malevolent, or Ubra Hat. All 5 are really solid for a Death Wizard. Then we are running the Nullity Robe, but this is not level 160 yet, so keep that in mind. The level 160 robe will give you about 3 more damage, and obviously better stats in every other department by about 1% more. They don't get that much better, but they're really cracked. Aeon Boots. Again, I'm running Nullity Wand instead of Aeon Wand because I do not have it at the moment. You're going to want double Aeon on your ring and a theme for PvE for the most damage, obviously. I am running Dragoon Amulet as well for the 4-pip AoE, which is really solid. I don't need a school pip for that as well. You could run the Darkmoor Amulet. It's not bad at all, but I just don't like it on a death personally. I'd rather have this card, especially, you know, with school pips and stuff like that. You don't always get one first round to hit with an enchanted hit, so I'd rather just have Dragoon personally. Then I have the Mighty pet, obviously. I'm missing Mighty, sorry. So add an extra 5 damage there, get Mighty, get Thinking Cap, and you'll be good. Then obviously the set bonus with the Stompy Bronto, with the Supreme Deadly deck from Lemuria, because they have not made good decks for level 160 yet. But yeah, it's a lot of talking for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like rating. It helps out a lot. And let me know what build you guys want to see next here on the channel. I think we have Life and Ice left, if I'm not mistaken. If I missed a school, I do apologize. If I missed your school, y'all will probably be mad at me, huh? But yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see next. And if you are new, I do have, you know, other builds and stuff like that here on the channel, so definitely check those out if you're looking for other schools. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.